Hello, Jaguar students. It's your friendly neighborhood math teacher, Mr. Allred, and I hope that you are super duper excited, just as excited as I am about this, because we are going to start with our EOG review today in this little notes video. You're going to, over the course of the next 9 or 10 days of math class, you're going to go back and you're going to review each standard, each unit that we talked about in math class this year. And you'll be watching these notes at home overnight. And you'll be coming back to class the next day ready to do a couple more review problems and then take a little 10-question quiz on that one topic. Okay, those scores will be put up at the front of the room on a big old scoreboard, and the winner for each class period will receive a tremendous prize unlike anything you've ever seen before. And the class with the best score will also receive a tremendous prize as well. Today we're going to start EOG Review Bowling number 1. We're going to start with rational numbers. This was unit 1 and number 2 that we talked about this year with positive and negative numbers, integers, and fractions and decimals. We're going to go ahead and get started. I said when you added with negative numbers, I said same signs add, different signs subtract, and here's what I meant. If you have two numbers with the same sign, like -6 and -5, those both have negative signs, you can add the absolute values and get -11. But if the signs are different, -6 plus +5, you're going to have to subtract the absolute values and get -1. Remember we talked about red and yellow chips when we talked about this unit? If you need some help with that, you can certainly get some red and yellow chips out tomorrow in class and talk about it. Okay? That was how we added with negative numbers. We subtracted with negative numbers by saying subtracting a negative is like adding a positive. I only have one example here for you. We said that 12 minus -8 is just like 12 plus +8. 12 plus 8 is 20. Okay. What you'll find over most of these notes videos is that they're going to be pretty short probably. And you can always email me a question or ask Edpuzzle a question as you go through it. Ask me tomorrow in class as well. Okay, when we multiplied and divided with negative numbers, we had really 3 big rules. We said a positive times a positive was a positive. We said two different signs of positive and a negative made a negative. And we said that a negative times a negative made a positive. In short, we said that the same signs gave us a positive answer and different signs gave us a negative answer. That's when you multiply and divide. Okay, so multiplying and dividing with negative numbers. Okay? Cool beans? Cool beans. We also that was really what we did in Unit 1 with positive and negative integers. We also talked about fractions and decimals in Unit 2. We converted mixed numbers to improper fractions, just like this one. To convert this mixed number to an improper fraction, take the denominator, multiply by the whole number. 2 times 3 is 6. And then take that and add the numerator back to it. Take whatever you get there, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, and put it over the original denominator. Okay, that was really all we talked about with converting mixed numbers to improper fractions. We also converted fractions to decimals and converted decimals to fractions. To convert fractions to decimals, we divided the top by the bottom. So if we have 2/3, all we did was we took a calculator and we did 2 divided by 3. We got 0.6 repeating to convert a fraction to a decimal. That's pretty easy. To convert a decimal to a fraction, I think it's even easier. Okay, we're going to do 3 things. We're going to read it as a decimal. We're going to use the place value that we say as a denominator. We're going to ignore the decimal and write the number as the numerator. So if I have 0.25, that's the same thing as 25 hundredths if you read the place value. Okay, I know that place value is going to be the denominator, 1/100ths, and I'm going to use what I have as the decimal as the numerator. So 0.25, 25 hundredths is the same thing as 25 100ths. Okay, if you had 3.17, you can keep the whole number and then do the same thing. 3.17 is 3 17/100ths. So I'm going to write my answer as 3 17/100ths. That's converting decimals to fractions. If you want to add and subtract with fractions, a couple big things. One big thing is you have to make sure that you have a common denominator when you add and subtract. If you don't have a common denominator, you're going to be sadly out of luck. You're going to be SOL, okay? what I've done is I've copied some work that I did in the past and just put it on here. If you want to do 1/2 plus 2/3, okay, then you're going to need to convert the halves to sixes and convert the thirds to sixes so you can add those to each other. I know 2 goes into 6 3 times, and 3 goes into 6 2 times. So I took 1/2 and turned it into 3/6, and then I took 2/3 and turned it into 4/6. Okay. Then what I can do is I can just add 3/6 and 4/6 together. I can add across the top and keep the denominator. It's the same thing as 7/6 or 1 1/6. Okay. Cool beans? Cool beans. If you want to multiply and divide with fractions, if you're multiplying fractions, you can multiply straight across. So you can do 1/3 times 2/5. 1 times 2 is 2, and 3 times 5 is 15. So you can do that math and straight across multiply there with 1/3 and 2/5. If you want to divide fractions, you're going to want to keep, change, flip, just like we talked about in Unit 2. 1/4 divided by 3/5 is the same thing as 1/4 times 5/3, the reciprocal of 3/5. And you can still multiply across. 1 times 5 is 5, and 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, those are our notes for the first EOG Bowling review on rational numbers, positive and negative integers, and fractions and decimals. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Tomorrow, Wednesday, get ready to come to class, get ready to review a couple of these problems, and then get ready to take a quiz on those problems at the end of class on Wednesday. Okay, thanks again for your time. Please keep all hands and feet inside the ride at all times. Have a great day. Thank you.